2, 3.
I love the dancing box over here. If you ever plan to run away, take my way, take the highway, that's the best. Get your kids on Route 66. Yeah, it winds from Chicago to LA. More than 2,000 miles all the way. I'll get your kids on Route 66. Well, it winds through Louis, Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City looks mighty pretty. You'll see Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico, flags of Arizona. Don't forget Winona, Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino.
This is the #1 race for labor in the state of Washington, making sure that we re-elect Senator Patty Murray.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, you make my heart feel good. Thank you for the energy in this room. I have to tell you, it is just wonderful to be here tonight with all of you. This is a critical election. We will decide on November 2nd who will be your voice and who they speak for. You know me. You know who I am. You know who I fight for. I went to work to make sure we passed strong Wall Street reform that protects your mortgage and your credit card and your life savings and gave consumers protection for the first time ever. You know what Dino Rossi said? His first priority is to repeal that law. Why would anybody want to repeal your protections? Well, it's about who you speak for. I speak for you. He speaks for Wall Street executives. I ask you, who do you want to be your voice in the United States Senate for the next 6 years? When our states were struggling and we knew that they needed some additional resources, I went to work in Washington, D.C. to be able to find funds for FMAP so that we wouldn't have to fire teachers and firefighters and police officers. And you know how I funded it? By closing a corporate tax loophole that allows multinational corporations to send your jobs overseas. That's how we paid for those teachers and firefighters and police officers' jobs. You know what Dino Rossi said? He said he wouldn't close corporate tax loopholes. I ask you, who's going to speak for you and your family? Dino Rossi and his corporate friends, or Patty Murray and all of you? I want to make sure I go back and keep fighting for all of you. And it is a tough time out there for one very important reason. A Supreme Court decision that allows multinational corporations and overseas companies to pay for ads that are on television today. I say that those multinational corporations and those overseas companies ought to tell you when they pay for an ad on our television. That kind of money coming into our state to influence people's votes is wrong. And there's only one way you and I can fight back. It's called people. It's called all of you. It's the kind of race I've always won. And we need to go out and work like we have never worked before to overcome those powerful Wall Street voices and those powerful overseas corporations and those multinational corporations who want to keep their tax breaks. And you and I need to knock on doors and make phone calls and tell every single person this election is absolutely critical because we want our voice back in Washington, D.C. With your help, I'm going to go back there and keep on fighting for you, the working people of Washington State. Thank you so much. Thank you.